Hi, I'm Matt from Azden, and in this video, we here at Azden want to show you how our new SGM-250 professional dual-powered shotgun microphone stacks up against the competition. Azden has been making shotgun microphones for a long time, but for the SGM-250, we really wanted to raise the bar, and we think we did. Our engineers have taken a completely new approach from previous shotgun microphone designs, boosting performance and features to a new level while still keeping the microphone affordable. So, just how well does the SGM-250 stack up to the competition? In this video, we want to show you just that, and we think you'll agree that Azden has truly raised the bar. The first thing we wanted to compare was how each of the 4 microphones come packaged brand new, as well as the accessories they each include. So, in front of me, I have 4 microphones in their original box. Let's take a look. Alright, so here's the Audio-Technica AT897 shotgun microphone. It's a really long box, but let's open this thing up and see what we got inside here. Okay, looks like you actually get a hard shell case. Let's check this out here. Okay. We have paperwork on the mic. We have the product manual. We have, looks like a couple other directions in different languages, and we have the Audio-Technica purchase registration card for 1 year limited warranty. Okay, we get, looks like O-rings, probably to fit third-party mic clips. Okay, speaking of mic clips, we do get a mic stand clip for the mic. Okay, we do get an adapter as well, so it looks like a mic adapter down to 1/4-20. Okay, actually, wow, they do supply you with a battery. Okay, and let's check out the mic here. Okay, here's windscreen, so you do get the windscreen with the microphone. Okay, just looking at the mic, looks like you do have the normal XLR connector. There doesn't seem to be any lights or switches on the mic. It is just a low-cut filter switch on the mic, which is recessed. So that's going to be kind of tough to get to, but let's unscrew the mic here. Okay, so do have for battery compartment for 1 AA battery. So I guess if phantom power is on, it just bypasses the battery, but you're not really going to know. So there's probably going to be draw on the battery the entire time that you're using the mic. But okay, the mic looks to be probably about 11 inches long. No battery LED indicator anywhere. And yeah, I guess that's about it for the mic. Okay. Okay, so here's the Rode NTG-2 dual-powered directional condenser microphone, as they call it. This box is a little bit more ornate than the AT897. So let's open this up here. Okay, right off the bat we have a zippered leather pouch here. Okay, we do have a mic clip. Looks like a adapter for the mic clip for boom poles. 10-year registration warranty card. Have the instruction manual. I'm not sure what that is. Moisture packet. Rode sticker. Okay, let's open up the Rode pouch here. Okay, the mic is in here. Okay, we do have the Rode windscreen. Okay, here's the mic barrel. Okay, we do have XLR connector on the bottom. There's no LED battery indicator, and there's only a low-cut filter switch, which actually is also recessed, just like the AT897. But let's open up the mic barrel. Okay, 1 AA battery for that. Close that up. Let's see if this would actually, it's actually really difficult to try to put on the mic clip. It was really, really hard to do. Okay, I'm assuming since there's no power switch on this though, auto senses phantom power, but there's probably always going to be a drain on the battery, just like with the AT897. But yeah, so that's the mic. Okay, and here we have our SGM-250. This box is a little bit more detailed, and actually right on the outside of the box you can see that we do a 10-year warranty for this microphone. And actually if you flip it over, you can see that we put all of our tech specs on the mic, as well as the polar pattern, frequency response, what you get in the box, and the highlights of the box as well. So let's open this up. Okay, so this is a pretty convenient sleeve for the box. Let's just open this up here. Okay, actually right off the bat, okay, we have the product manual and also the 10-year registration. And we also do a Azden Microphones handcrafted in Japan sticker. There we go. So let's open this up. Okay, so we also have the Azden leatherette zippered carrying case, which your mic will come in. And when we open that up, we do have the SGM-250 microphone with the Azden logo windscreen. We take that off. So this actually does come with a camera mountable shock mount and mic clip. And as you can see, right off the bat, we have the low-cut filter with accessible switch that you can actually change with just your finger. We do have a battery LED indicator light, and also switchable battery or 48-volt phantom power that you can access right on top of the mic there. We do have gold-plated XLR connector. And if you open up the battery compartment, we do have battery compartment for a single AA battery. And of course, so far we're the only microphone to have a gold-plated XLR. And that looks to be it for the Azden SGM-250. Okay, so now we're taking a look at the Sennheiser MKE 600. Okay, so this box, of course, looks very industrial, just like Sennheiser stuff does. Looks like they also do have some tech specs and some information on the outer part of the box, and things in a couple different languages, but let's open up the box. Okay. Looks like we do get a manual for the mic wrapped in plastic. Okay, we do get a zippered pouch. This one looks to be nylon material, and nothing actually comes in that yet. Take the foam off here. Okay, we do have the foam windscreen. Okay, they also give you shock mount for mounting to camera. And it looks like that does just have a 1/4-20 thread for that. Okay, and here's the mic. Okay, so on their mic, they also have a low-cut filter switch, a on-off battery indicator LED, and a battery or off switch. They don't have 48-volt on here. They just says battery or off, so I would assume that means either battery power is on or battery power is off. Okay, they have a regular XLR connection. Okay, so let's open up the mic and take a look at the battery compartment here. Okay, a AA looks like. It doesn't actually say, all the other mics actually say AA inside the battery compartment. This one actually does not. Okay, so let's close that back up. Okay, and actually that looks to be it for the Sennheiser MKE 600.
On screen, we have a chart with all the specifications available for each microphone as provided by the manufacturer. Afterwards, we'll do the sound tests and we'll see if you can hear any of the differences that you see here on paper. As for polar pattern, as you can see, the NTG-2, MKE 600, and SGM-250 all have a super-cardioid polar pattern. Audio-Technica publishes the polar pattern for the AT897 as line and gradient, but that's actually a different phrase for pretty much the same thing. Frequency response is pretty even across the board, just the MKE 600 not claiming that first octave between 20 and 40 Hz. As for sensitivity, Sennheiser uses a different measurement here, so that's hard to compare, but from what we can discern, the Audio-Technica is actually the least sensitive of the bunch at -40 dB for phantom power. They claim that you only lose 1 dB when using a battery. In the upcoming example where we sound test the microphones, we think that's going to sound more significant than 1 dB. Rode does not publish any specs for battery operation, but we also thought in sound testing that the NTG-2 is noticeably less sensitive when running off the battery. For dynamic range, we don't have any specs from Rode or Sennheiser, but we can compare the AT897 and the SGM-250 here. AT's mic comes in at 112 dB, which is not bad, but there's a significant drop down to 98 dB on battery power. The SGM-250 clocks in at 115 dB in phantom, with a minor drop to 110 dB while using battery. With signal-to-noise ratio, this spec is pretty even across the board, so not much to differentiate here, except that Sennheiser does not provide that spec. For max input SPL, this is the maximum volume each mic can handle at 1 kHz. It's a close race here too. All the mics are about even with phantom power, but notice the drop in performance again on the AT897 using battery, from 129 dB to 115 dB. The SGM-250 and the MKE 600 both perform much better on battery in this department. The power requirement is equal for all 4 microphones, each accepting phantom power or a AA battery. The output connectors are all the same, except the Azden SGM-250 gives you a gold-plated XLR connector. For low-frequency roll-off, this is for the low-cut filter. And here, we'll just mention that the SGM-250 sets it a little higher at 160 Hz with a more gradual roll-off. This provides a more noticeable and smoother cut in the low frequencies. All the mics are about the same dimensions. The SGM-250 is the shortest, coming in at just under 10 inches, and this can be an advantage as it would be easier to keep a shorter mic out of frame while filming. On the warranty, most people know Rode's 10-year warranty, but Azden is stepping up their warranty on the SGM-250 to 10 years as well. All you need to do is register online, and there's a URL on the instruction manual that you can visit to do that. Lastly, we'll just talk about the price. Right now, typically, you can expect to pay somewhere in the mid-$200 range for these microphones. The prices do have a tendency to fluctuate, so if we put the actual prices on screen here, they'd probably be outdated by the next day. But what we definitely want to highlight is that the Azden SGM-250 is competitively priced against the 3 other microphones featured in this video. For this part of the video, we're going to compare the performance of all 4 microphones. We'll start first with the Audio-Technica AT897 and then move on to the Rode NTG-2, the Azden SGM-250, and finally the Sennheiser MKE 600. For each microphone, we'll start off with a sample recording on guitar using phantom power and then move on to an example with voice comparing performance with phantom power and battery power. In these tests, we're going to try and be as objective as possible. So, in our setup, here we have all the microphones placed at an equal distance from our sound source. We'll also be giving each mic the same amount of gain into the mixing board, and what you will end up hearing will be the true sound of the microphone without any EQ treatment in post-production. The differences between all of these microphones are very subtle, so to be really able to hear these nuances, we recommend listening to these sections with a decent pair of over-the-ear headphones or through high-quality speakers. Okay. Let's start with the Audio-Technica AT897 on guitar. That was the Audio-Technica AT897 shotgun microphone on acoustic guitar. The first thing you might notice is that the volume output from this microphone is a little on the low side. You may also feel there's not as much emphasis on the bass or low-mid frequencies. You're listening to my voice at the moment as recorded by the AT897 in phantom power mode and may be hearing the same qualities. A low sensitivity, without much power in the low end, and low mids make my voice sound a little bit on the thin side. Now switching over to battery power, you'll probably notice that the AT897 does suffer a little bit with a small drop in sensitivity, but more or less does sound like the same microphone. Okay, let's see how the Audio-Technica AT897 stacks up against the Rode NTG-2. What you were just listening to was the Rode NTG-2 shotgun microphone on acoustic guitar. The NTG-2 does a nice job on this instrument. The biggest difference you might notice is that the NTG-2 is louder than the AT897 and has more emphasis in the low frequencies. These same qualities should be audible now as you're listening to my voice as recorded by the NTG-2 in phantom power mode. The mic adds a lot of bass to my voice, which may or may not be what you're looking for. The low frequencies do have a tendency to mask higher frequencies, so with the added bass comes a perceived reduction in high-end presence. And now you're hearing the NTG-2 in battery power mode. You can probably hear that there's a noticeable difference in performance with weaker sensitivity and some loss in the frequency response on both the low and the very high ends. Okay, now let's check out the Azden SGM-250. Right now, you're listening to my voice as captured by the Azden SGM-250 in phantom power mode. Hopefully, you can hear a lot of the detail in my voice, which can be attributed to the microphone's sensitivity. There's also a well-rounded bass response that's strong but not muddy, and a healthy high-frequency presence that helps bring out the person's voice. Now you're listening to the SGM-250 in battery power mode. Aside from the slightest reduction in signal output, the sound of this microphone while using the battery for power is virtually identical. Now let's hear how the Sennheiser MKE 600 stacks up. That was the Sennheiser MKE 600 shotgun microphone on acoustic guitar. It does a great job at picking up the detail in the guitar playing. It is definitely the most sensitive microphone in the bunch and brings out the low end of the guitar nicely, but also has an emphasized high end that may or may not come off as being a little harsh. You can probably hear that extra high frequency presence right now as you listen to my voice recorded by the MKE 600 in phantom power mode. It is no doubt by design, as a boost in these frequencies helps to accentuate the human voice. But depending on the voice, these frequencies can in some situations be a little bit abrasive. Now this is the MKE 600 operating with battery power. There may be the slightest discernible difference to some ears, but we thought this mic holds up very well when running off battery power. And there you have it, a detailed comparison between Azden's SGM-250 and 3 other similarly priced shotgun microphones on the market today. Ultimately, a choice of microphone is a matter of personal taste, but we hope that we've demonstrated that the Azden SGM-250 delivers both on quality and performance on a competitive level with other microphones in the same range. Once again, I'm Matt from Azden, and you can learn more about the SGM-250 and other great Azden products at azden.com. Thanks for watching.